What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Quick Sports. And today we're with opening day being tomorrow. I gotta release my MLB season picks. I got to. So that will be happening right now. I'm gonna move my camera out of the way because we're gonna have to use up this whole room. It's getting kind of late. This video is gonna be kind of quick, but I will go through my reasons on why I have each team where they are. We're gonna pick each of the 6 division winners, and then the 6 wild cards, 3 for each league. They're adding a new one this year. They're adding an extra one. And then the NLCS, ALCS, awards, Cy Young, MVP, Rookie of the Year. And then, of course, the big one, who do I think is going to win the World Series? Last year, I picked the Padres, which was a bad pick. Didn't even make the playoffs. Let's see if we can do better this year. Starting off, I'm going to take the Braves, the defending world champions, to win the NL East. It's not going to be the Marlins. It's not going to be the Nationals. The Phillies, I feel like, never live up to the hype. Okay, I just moved it away. Hold on. I feel like the Phillies never live up to the hype. So, it's not going to be the Phillies. It's either the Mets or the Braves. And I have more confidence in the Braves. The Mets, with DeGrom and Scherzer, that's all fine and dandy. But I feel like they could be hurt a lot of the year. That always ends up happening. And they're still the Mets. I just don't trust them. I'm taking the Braves. NL Central, I'm taking the Brewers. Woodruff and Burns is a great rotation. They still have Yelich. They still have they still have a great bullpen. And the rest of that division sucks. The Cubs are going to be bad. The Pirates are going to be bad. The Reds are going to be bad. The Cardinals, I thought about picking the Cardinals, but I have the Brewers barely edging out the Cardinals for the division. And then the NL West, if you don't have the Dodgers, I don't know what you're doing. People say that they could have the best lineup of all time. That is wrong. It's not the best lineup of all time, but I can see how you could make an argument for it and not sound totally insane. But yeah, let's go to my wild card teams. My wild card teams, I have San Francisco, the Mets, and Philly. San Francisco, because they were great last year, and they should be able to host another good team this year. The Mets, because, DeGrom and Scherzer, they'll find their way into the playoffs, I feel like. They got to, man. I know they're the Mets, but they'll find a way. And then the Phillies. It was between the Phillies and the Padres. And I just can't trust the Padres after what they did last year, especially with Tatis being out for so long. I'm going to go with newly acquired Nick Castellanos, Nola, Wheeler, and Harper, and I'm going to go with the Phillies. All right, NLCS. I have the Mets and the Braves because if DeGrom and Scherzer are both healthy in the playoffs, I don't understand how you're beating the Mets in a 7-game series. I don't understand how you're going to do. You're not going to be able to. You're just not going to be able to. 5-game set. You're probably going to have Scherzer or DeGrom game 1, and then game 1 and 2, and then one of those are going to be pitching in game 5. In a game 7 series, you're going to have DeGrom and Scherzer pitching in games 1 and 2 and 5 and 6, probably. Or 6. It's just you're going to have like a top 5 pitcher on the mound almost every game. I don't see how you beat them. And the Braves. Now, people are counting out the Braves because they just lost Freddie Freeman. I'm going to mention one thing. They won the World Series last year, obviously, without an elite player that you guys forgot about. Without Ronald Acuna. They won without Ronald Acuna. They're going to have him now. They're going to have him all year. And I know they're not going to have Freddie Freeman, but hey, it's basically going to be the same Braves team that won the World Series. Just swap out Freddie Freeman for Acuna. You get what I'm saying? And there have been teams that have done really well after losing their best player. Look at the Nationals. They won the World Series after losing Bryce Harper. So I'm still high on the Braves. I think they're still going to be as good as ever. And this team, the one I have selected here, will choke in the playoffs. Because they still haven't won a legitimate World Series since 1988. And they can never get it done in the playoffs unless it's a Mickey Mouse COVID year. That's just a fact. I mean, they can't get it done in the playoffs. They always choke. I know they won the World Series in 2020, even though that doesn't really count because it was a 60-game year. I don't think the Dodgers. They're not scaring me. I'm sorry. They're just not. Until they can win a legitimate World Series, I'm not taking them. Let's go to the AL. AL East. This was tough. I took a little bit to decide on this one. But it was between the Jays and the Yankees and the Jays, the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Rays. The Rays still have a good team. Wander Franco's going to be coming up. I mean, I know he's already been up, but he's going to take some big strides. I mean, a lot of great teams, but the Blue Jays just added, what's his name? They just added, who do they, here, I forgot who they, here then. They added so many people, I need to make sure I get all these players. I don't want to forget anyone. Because they were some big spenders in the offseason. Who do they get? Hold on. I'm trying to find who they got because I'm drawing a blank. Oh my god. Hold on. I forgot MLB team. Oh yeah, they picked up Zach Collins, prospect from the Sox. I think he'll be a really good player. Not really a prospect. He got some significant paying time. They still have Springer. They still have Vlad, who could be an MVP player. I mean, Jose Barrios. I mean, I'm forgetting people. Boba Shat. Yeah, Matt Chapman they picked up. Which is going to be they're probably just kind of Vlad DH, and he's going to be that stud defender. Tasker Hernandez had a breakout year. George Springer, Tapia. I mean, they are loaded. I got to pick the Jays. AL Central, Sox. And I don't really think the Sox are that great. They're great. They're a good team. They're a good, fun, young team. I don't think they're going to be, like, making the World Series or anything. But they're definitely the best team in that division and will win it. I mean, no one in that division is going to be able to compete with them. Ooh, the Twins got a cheater. Carlos Correa. Yeah, I'm not scared. Give the Sox. And the AL West, I'm still going to pick Houston. The Mariners and Angels have been a popular pick I've seen floating around, but I just think Houston's still going to end up winning. I think they're still too good. I mean, they're still the Astros. They're still a good team, even though they're a bunch of cheaters. The AL wild card. This is interesting. I've got the Mariners, who picked up Jesse Winker and Robbie Ray and Adam Frazier in the offseason. Those are three huge additions to a team that already won 90 games last year. Somehow missed the playoffs, and they still haven't made the playoffs since 2001. But I think that's going to change. I think the Mariners will be postseason bound. They are going to give the Astros a run for their money. They got a squad over there in Seattle. I'm excited to see what the Mariners have in store for this season. And then the Yankees and Red Sox, or I think the next two best teams, put each other in the wild card game last year. Red Sox ended up winning. I mean, I think the Red Sox are still a really good team, and the Yankees, two really good teams. I think they were a cut above the rest. The Rays, you know what? I probably should have the Rays in here, but realistically speaking, are the Rays better than any of these six teams? I don't know. It'd be hard to say. But in the ALCS, I have the Mariners and the Jays. Both these teams, I feel like, could either do really well or just crash and burn. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's Mariners and Jays. I love what both these teams have been doing. These are two teams that both got kind of snubbed last year. These are two teams that were like a game out of the playoffs and won like 90-plus games. And they both went out and made some huge additions to their team. I'm excited to see what both these guys will do. Seattle got Robbie Ray from the Jays, so that'll be interesting to see how that works out. But these are my Final Four: Braves, Mets. This is kind of an obscure Final Four. I'm kind of going with some dark horses here. Let's go to awards. AL MVP. I'm going with Vlad. I know Trout and Ohtani are popular picks, but Vlad is just an animal. He can hit and hit and hit like none other. I think Vlad could win the Triple Crown this year. I'm not even kidding. He's been that good. NL MVP, I'm going to go with Ronald Acuna Jr. Bounce back revenge season after that devastating ACL tear he had. I'm definitely going with Acuna. I mean, I know Soto is the popular pick, and I think it's going to be a great MVP race. Legendary MVP race. I think Acuna squeaks it out. I think he's a better all-around player, too. Better defender. AL Cy Young, Robbie Ray. He finished great last year and almost actually ended up winning the award. I think he's going to shine in Seattle as the ace of that rotation. I'm really high on Robbie Ray. Great player. Ended the year, on fumes. I think he's going to carry that over. AL Cy Young, Robbie Ray of Seattle. And NL Cy Young, I'm going to go with Walker Buehler. I'm a big Walker Buehler fan. I think he'll have his best season to date this year. He's a stud. He's a flamethrower. Walker Buehler, NL Cy Young. AL Rookie of the Year, Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals. Great all-around player coming up. Excited to see him make his MLB debut. He should be a terrific player for the future for the Royals. The Royals are going to suck this year, but Bobby Witt Jr. will be an exciting player to watch. NL Rookie of the Year, I'm going with O'Neal Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's a stud. He's a great power hitter. I couldn't really think of anyone else in the NL, but O'Neal Cruz is a stud. He had a prospect card in MLB The Show that was just glitchy as hell. Card was so good. That's not why I'm picking him, but card was just a glitch. So I'm going to take O'Neal Cruz. Now, in the World Series, I have the Braves and the Jays. I think the Braves won it last year, and they're going to be under the... People are making way too big of a deal about Freddie Freeman leaving. They're going to be under the same circumstances they were last year. Think about it. The Braves have last year they had two superstars on their team. Freddie Freeman and Ronald Acuna. They only got to use one of them in the postseason. That was Freddie Freeman. They're only going to get to use one of them this year, and Acuna. It's the same difference. And they had a bunch of role players step up. They're still a terrific team. They still have, I think, like the fourth best odds to win the World Series. The second best odds are the Blue Jays, and I am really high on the Blue Jays. They're a great all-around team. They've got pitching, they've got hitting, bullpen. They got a pretty good bullpen too. They got an who are their relief pitchers? I don't know, but Bichette, Chapman, Vlad, Springer, Tapia, Teoscar. Lost Marcus Semien to the Rangers, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Pitching's good. Barrios is amazing. Manoah had a good year. Hyunjin Ryu had a great year. But there can only be one winner. And the winner that I am taking to win the World Series, give me the back-to-back titles for the Braves. I'm telling you, they did it last year, and they're going to be just as good this year. Who's to say they're not going to do it again? I'm going with a bit of a sleeper team, a team y'all are counting out because they weren't the best team going into the playoffs last year. I literally, in my video, I said the Braves were the worst team going into the playoffs. They got swept. They won it. I'm picking the Braves to win the World Series. They're my dark horse pick, and I think the Braves are going to repeat as world champions. I know you guys aren't going to agree with that. I'm not just going to walk up and pick the Dodgers. Like, if you just say, the Dodgers are going to win it, you're boring. You're boring. Make a hot take every once in a while. And plus, the Dodgers, what? They're not going to win it. They're going to find a way to sell. I know they're going to. Take the Braves. Back-to-back titles. Think about it. The Nationals won the World Series the year after they got rid of Bryce Harper. Freddie Freeman being out is going to free up some money. They could sign some people at the deadline if they want to. I think the Braves are going to be in good shape. See you guys this MLB season. Opening days tomorrow.